Hello everyone, how you guys are doing well in your daily lives? Welcome to my channel Environmentology, where we will discuss about our environment, its issues, resources and the causes of these issues, mitigation of these problems and sustainable development for us and for our future generation. For this purpose, we must know about our major environmental issues. This is our environment. We live here and we should protect it. As it is said, environment is no one's property to destroy, it's everyone's responsibility to protect. One more saying is, there is a need to spread more awareness about environmental issues. Why? Because more people know about environmental problems, more people will be concerned and there will be more hands and ideas to solve and mitigate these problems, and there will be more people working together for better environment. The major environmental issues are climate change, pollution problems, deforestation, overpopulation, food and water scarcity, and biodiversity loss. All of these problems are interrelated. Every problem has an effect on the other. In this video, we will discuss only first three issues and the rest three will be discussed in part 2. First one is climate change. Global anthropogenic activities resulting in the emission of harmful greenhouse gases to the atmosphere have increased the challenges faced from climate change. Global warming is increasing, because of which ice caps are melting and sea level is rising. Human activities are disturbing natural cycles such as water cycle, nitrogen cycle, etc. and humans are suffering directly because of these, such as food and water shortage and extreme weathers. We talked about GHGs, and the major sources of these emissions are electricity, heat, agriculture, transportation, burning of fossil fuels, pollution as it increases the emission of carbon dioxide and the methane gas from livestock. Since energy use is important to economic development, scientists have repeated the necessity of developing and utilizing renewable energy. Renewable energy sources solar, wind, hydrogen, hydroelectric, ocean, hydrothermal system, biomass and nuclear energy are carbon neutral, releasing relatively no emissions. Melting of ice caps. The climate crisis is warming the Arctic more than twice as fast as anywhere else on the planet. Seas are now rising an average of 3.2 mm per year globally and are predicted to climb to a total of 0.2 to 2 mm by 2100. In the Arctic, Greenland ice sheets poses the greatest risk for sea levels because melting land ice is the main cause of rising sea levels. According to satellite data, the Greenland ice sheets lost a record amount of ice in 2019, an average of 1 billion tons per year throughout the year, one of the biggest environmental problems that has cascading effects. Meanwhile, the Antarctic continent contributed about 1 mm per year to sea level rise, which is the third of annual global increase. Coastal areas that are now home to 350 million to 480 million people, forcing them to migrate to safer areas and contributing to overpopulation, strain of resources in the areas they migrate to. Pollution problems is the second major issue, and we should know that sooner or later we will have to recognize that the earth has rights to live without pollution. What mankind must know is that human beings cannot live without Mother Earth, but the planet can live without humans. First problem is air pollution. The major sources of air pollution are wildfire, which is natural cause. Anthropogenic activities includes industrial emissions and transportation. Land or soil pollution is the second problem, and the main sources are e-waste, plastic waste, industrial waste, mining from different sites, and heavy metal contamination. Water pollution is also a major problem, and it is being polluted because of plastics, industrial wastewater, oil spillage, mining from different sites, and agricultural runoff. The next problem is noise pollution. Noise pollution is mostly because of construction, transportation, industries, loudspeakers, aircrafts, and the noise in the big cities. Thermal pollution. The question is, what is thermal pollution? Thermal pollution is the rise in the temperature of rivers or lakes that is injurious to life present in the water and is caused by disposal of heated industrial wastewater or water from the cooling towers of nuclear power plants as it is without being treated. Next pollution problem is radioactive pollution. The increase in the natural radiation levels caused by human activities is known as radioactive pollution. It is estimated that about 20% of radiations we are exposed to is due to human activities. The human activities that can release radiation involve activities with radioactive materials such as mining, handling and processing of radioactive materials, handling and storage of radioactive waste, the use of radioactive reactions to generate energy such as nuclear power plants, and the use of radiation medicines, examples, X-rays and research. Have you ever noticed that in a big city with lot of lights it is impossible to see the stars and the beautiful night sky? Light pollution is the cause. While lights are great for helping us to see at night, too many lights cause light pollution, blocking out the night sky. It can also be harmful to animals. Example, the light of big cities can confuse migrating birds. There are two types of pollution sources. First one is point source. Point sources are identifiable points or places that you can easily locate. Example is liquid waste released from a pipe into a river. Second is non-point, also known as diffuse pollution. It is the one where it is difficult to identify the exact origin of the pollution. Example is flood water. In this situation, you cannot identify the individual or household or establishment that caused the water pollution. Third major issue that we are facing is deforestation. Deforestation is the permanent removal of trees to make room for something besides forest. Forests cover more than 30% of Earth's land surface according to World Wildlife Fund. We need trees for a variety of reasons, not least of which is that they absorb not only the carbon dioxide that we exhale but also the hard heat-trapping greenhouse gases that human activities emit. Farming, grazing of livestock, mining and drilling combine for about half of all deforestation. Forestry practices, wildfires and urbanization account for the rest. Logging operations, which provide the world's wood and paper products, also fell countless trees each year. Loggers, some of them acting illegally, also build roads to access more and more remote forests. Share this video to raise awareness about major environmental issues. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of yourselves and others. Goodbye everyone.